Good morning, everybody. That's right, he said Mayor of Santa Rosa. It may sound a little dissonant at this event, which is the state of the county. But the state of the county right now is no business as usual. It has to be. James asked me to come here today to put a little exclamation point on that, to let you know that we're not going to do things the way they've always been done as we get through this very challenging time. The intent here for me is to let you know a little bit about how Santa Rosa is responding to the fire and what our recovery plans are in a very general way. But it's also to talk about the city's and the county's efforts to work together, our commitment to cooperate and collaborate as we go through this time. As James very eloquently said, we know that we're stronger when we work together. The city and the county have been doing that for several years on certain levels. The annexation of Roseland was a great example of that. Over the past year, we've been working on aligning up our homeless services. And now, more than ever, we need to work together in the aftermath of this fire. The events over the past few months have forever changed our community. When you look at the scope of the devastation, the loss of life, the emotional and physical tolls that these fires have taken, the destruction of 5% of Santa Rosa's housing stock, this situation can appear grim. But at the same time, this is what makes Santa Rosa and Sonoma County the great place, the special place that it is. Our residents and businesses, our nonprofits, our neighboring cities, elected leaders, and our great staff have shown their determination not only to recover from the disaster, but to seek opportunities to make a better future in this community. In the early days after the fire, both the city and the county took action to help ensure our fire survivors have an expedited path to rebuilding. In Santa Rosa, we opened our Resilient City Permit Center. We did that in late November. It's a separate department created exclusively for fire survivors who are rebuilding. And by lowering fees and by cutting our city's bureaucracy, we're seeing the initial residential rebuild permits turned around in a matter of days. We've created new tools and resources to help guide our residents and their contractors through the building process. As of yesterday, 1,700 people had visited our rebuild center at City Hall. We've had 1,200 phone calls. We're now about 16 weeks from the onset of the fires, and I'm encouraged to say that rebuilding is happening in Santa Rosa. 10 residential building permits have been approved. Many more are under review. There's a house that has risen in Coffey Park. This is just a small start to what's a monumental effort. But seeing those walls and windows of a new home go up in one of our devastated neighborhoods is a visual inspiration. And it says, we can and we will do this. Now, there's no doubt that our community is going to face struggles in the coming years. We're far from being out of the woods at this point. And every day, every time we solve one problem, it seems like another complication pops up. But as we deal with these complications, we also have to keep seeking out opportunities to keep moving forward as a community. As I tell our staff every day, we need to walk and we need to chew gum. In the days following the fires, the city and the county partnered effectively to put together a joint effort to aid our community through crisis. Now, we need to work together to build for the future. We don't want to get five years down the road, 2022, 2023, and celebrate that we are back to 2017. We need to move forward. And with that in mind, we've convened a committee of council members and supervisors and staff from not just our two governments, the city and the county, but from the Sonoma County Transportation Authority, the Regional Climate Protection Authority, the Metropolitan Transportation Commission, Sonoma Clean Power, and other agencies. We're calling it Build and Rebuild, BARB, for those of you who like acronyms, to emphasize that we need to keep our foot on the gas to build new housing at the same time we're helping people rebuild what's gone from the fires. This is critical work, but we need to do more. We had a housing shortage prior to the fire. Santa Rosa had implemented our housing action plan. The goal of that was to build 5,000 new units in 7 years. A year after we adopted that plan, we lost 3,000 units. Okay, so now the number is 8,000 for Santa Rosa. We need many thousands more countywide. These are daunting numbers. We know that. They can only be achieved through forward-thinking solutions and with participation across the region. This is not just a city problem. It's not just a county problem. It's all of our problem. We as leaders need to be bold right now. But we also need support from all of you, from our entire community if we're going to succeed. It's my hope that in the near future, you'll hear the city and the county leaders talking about innovative ways to join together to finance and facilitate exciting new development in downtown Santa Rosa. We believe our downtown, with its infrastructure, its access to transit, its many opportunities for green infill development, our downtown is the best place to make significant progress toward all of our housing goals. We envision mixed-use, mixed-income projects that leverage city and county property to not just build housing, but to enhance transit, bring jobs to our community, stimulate the local economy, and aid in the fiscal recovery of both the city and the county. We can't do this unless we're working together. Chair Gore and I believe that this is the time that demands real collective work for a big collective impact. And we invite all of you to join us. I know that this community has the resources, the brains, the will, and the grit to get this done. So are you with me? Let's get to work. Thank you.